Welcome to Two More Than... Oh, shit. Nah. All jokes aside. Welcome to Two More Than 98.
Where we talk about anything and everybody with no judgment.
With different lenses about what should and can be done or said. Welcome, my brother. How you doing?
I'm your host, Fly Rye.
Oh, yeah. I forgot that part.
And this is the host... Jax, all right,
yeah, man. Yo, what's good?
You already know, man. We trying to get right.
I'm the only one with a glass. Oh shit.
Well, I don't drink. Hey, yo, so we getting high off life around here.
Yes.
Yeah, so we got a lot of different fun topics.
Yeah,
serious topics like that coronavirus.
Yeah, we could start off with that because this shit's crazy out there.
I'm around here giving people the...
but that could be a little racist. But just giving them the bow.
Namaste.
But I'm gonna tell you what's happening though. It's crazy because I'm on the train and I'm walking through the city already before the whole shit happened with the coronavirus, this and that. If somebody's coughing, as I'm bobbing and weaving through people, as long as they coughing, I'm dodging, I'm ducking, right? But now you got this coronavirus thing happening, and everybody's like, yo, everybody's shook up. And Lord, don't let there be an Asian that sneezes. And everybody's just fucking reacting. It's fucked up. It's fucked up. Like, we don't know how long these people been here. Just because they're Asian doesn't mean they're directly from there. And, and doesn't mean that they're infected.
I agree, but I kind of like the little pressure that's going on around with everybody, yo.
Why? Because it takes the pressure off of niggas?
Not what it is. When niggas walk past your car door, you lock it.
You locked it.
So what they call it, the prejudgment or the perception based upon what they've been seeing on TV and things in that criteria. They think that all black people are ignorant.
But you see what that does, though, right? It forces people to act a certain way where we as black people, we're not really racist.
We're not. Well, first of all, according to the definition, black people can't be racist. We could be prejudiced. I
don't know about can't. We could be prejudiced.
Well, if you look at the root word, it says racist. They came up with that term. A Jewish man came up with that term because the way how white people was treating black people.
Okay. That's
the root of it. So when you do the etymology, is about how white race is treating the black race. Yeah. So again, racist is prejudice plus power. Niggas don't run anything. When they say,
I don't like the way you said that, but I'm gonna take it in conversation.
Well, systematically, right? Okay. So look, do niggas run the system? No, you work for the system. All right, so you work for the system.
But there's a lot of black people that's doing it that we don't know about, and
doing what?
They're in some type of power that we're not sure of. Just like they've been in power before throughout history and they never told us. Right? You got the black man that was sitting behind George Washington on the boat. Come to find out he was telling George Washington what to do. I mean, I don't know his name and I can't think it right now.
You got the Peter Sellums of the world. Right. Quote unquote.
And the Condoleezza Rices.
Listen, let's be clear. They gave advice, all right? The people who made the last decision...
Because they couldn't be the face, so they were...
Why? So that means you don't have the power to be the face.
Yeah, but come to find out that we were the power.
Or come to find out that we were the advisories. Yes, I agree to that. But advisory... You listen, it's just like... No, I'm not gonna say this. I was about to say, it's just like...
Listen, people talk more about... What was George Bush's advisor? That guy. People gave him a little bit more power than Bush.
No, because the chief of staff actually pretty much runs it.
Right.
So whoever the chief of staff is, that's the person that pretty much runs your the thing for you.
Right. So therefore, black people were in that position also, which meant that they had the power. But anyway, we're backtracking too much. Fast forward.
What I'm saying is this. There's no black face sitting behind those doors determining
that we know of.
So keep going. So let's go off what we know.
Okay.
Again, what we know,
or what's been presented,
and what's been presented to us.
Right.
There's no black people. But in fact, matter of fact, let me give you a prime example. Super delegates, all of them white. If you Google all of them, there's no black
super
person.
delegates. Yes.
All right. Yes. So black people are. You involved with the popular votes, with the person who actually gets your president elected, because the popular votes can say whatever. Yeah. But the super delegate comes and they old rich white men,
and they have the last word.
And they got the last word. So again, you just advise, we want this, or you just scream about what you want. Which is, you know what I'm saying? While they make the last decision. It's a system. Systematically, they you know, that's why they say the system is racist. Right.
So how do we apply that with what's happening now? So it's kind of like right now, unfortunately, the Chinese are the new niggas. I hate to say it that way.
Talking about because the coronavirus, but they ain't
right.
But at the end of the day, they was listen.
You know, America's always looking for a new enemy at any moment. Just like they used to do with dogs. Like every decennial was a new dog breed that was a problem. First it was a Rottweiler for 10 years. Then it was a German Shepherd for another 10 years.
But
then,
they can't.
Then it was the Doberman.
They just getting a little beaten. That's it. That age just getting. They being reminded you still a nigga too.
Right.
So white folks just reminding them.
And they like to call themselves white when it comes down to the census and shit like that. But anyway,
100%. So, you know, they just getting a little reminder. All right, you ain't one of us. That's what white folks say.
Easy.
Right? And it's okay. You know, they getting a little beaten. They ain't getting lynched. They ain't the first one fired and the last one hired.
Right.
See, these is the things that we go through on a continuous basis.
So do you think black people right now are happy the fact that the limelight gets off of them and it goes to another race every now and then?
It's sometimes I think there is a couple black people that's out there.
It's like, whoo, you know, take this boulder off my back. And it's kind of like, you could carry this for a little bit. I've been carrying that shit for 400 years.
For real. I mean, you know,
shit.
And we just to pay respects during slavery, yes, there was our Asian brothers and sisters who helped build the railroads that they was dying off, and those bones, those are our brothers and sisters, their ancestors' bones is buried by the railroads all across America. So we want to definitely acknowledge that and say that they actually went through hardship
by any shape or form. But we are not racist or anything like that. But it's looking at the grand scheme of things, and just looking at the grand scheme of things of what it is. We keeping it 2 more than 98. 2 more than 98.
You know, so man. But yeah, that coronavirus got the stock market going down.
Woo. Speaking of that, man, listen, stock market goes down, people go crazy.
Was it 4,000 points? They went down 4,000 points. Woo.
And you know what that did, right? If you're not paying attention, like basically what's happening is that for the stock market to go down 4,000 points, that means that export and import ain't happening too much because of what's happening. So it's a security measure. So what that does is drives the price of things sky high because there's less of it, which is making people go get more of it before it gets too crazy.
That's right.
So you got Costco running dry.
Walmart.
Okay, Walmart is running dry on things. And people are stocking up. For the first time in a long time, pantries are getting filled up with cans. And
that's right. That's right.
So...
Well, I don't know where Walmart getting these stuff from, but it seemed like Walmart. I don't know if you could dry out of Walmart, brother.
Well, you could dry it out because they ain't getting it fast enough.
No, but bro, so.
Oh my God.
But yeah, everybody going in a panic mode, and you know, black people just like, this is normal.
I mean, well, it is kind of normal in some sense because we've seen waves of shit happen. And
I just want to remind people, when the Great Depression happened, it wasn't niggas boiling boots. You know they used to boil boots for salt.
Oh yes, sir. And
it wasn't niggas. And when white folks seen it wasn't niggas, they like, oh wait.
Like what's going on?
What's going on?
Right.
So they started that little thing of trying to start the propaganda machine of, changing the perception of integrity. Yo, they was boiling boots. I remember that. I remember
that too. But it's something you tend to forget. But
yeah, they was boiling boots for salt.
For salt or just to eat? Because that's some old leather right there.
Yo, because remember the women wasn't working like that. The men did. So the men was at war.
And salt was like a high commodity at the time. Yeah.
So
I don't remember, but yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. And in World War I and World War II, they was at war. The men was gone. Mm-hmm. It was boiling boots, dog. Boiling boots. The women was boiling boots. White women.
That wax must have tasted good.
They was getting salt from the cow, bro. You know what I'm saying? So they was boiling boots, the leather. So that's what. Remember, now we got fakes. All these fakes.
Right. So there's no salt in them shits, but the genuine.
Back in the genuine leather. All right.
The iodine, they said help make the leather.
That's right. That's right.
But yo, you know how creative you gotta be to think about. You know what? Fuck that, man. I need some salt. I need some salt, man. We can get salt from. Boil the boots.
Very creative, but showed how very poor you was to boil. There was no men to work. They was all at war.
And I'm sure it was a very bad time.
So then it was.
But you're saying that black people at the time were like
black people didn't go through that. Black people wasn't boiling boots. We used to being poor. So we, you know what I mean?
So we know how to survive in those.
And we knew how to cook. And remember, we had, Big Mama just say, go in the back. I done made some strawberries. And white folks are so used to depending on black people. Uh-huh. So, and then from there, white men when they had to work the little unions, but they had to go send out into war. It was boiling boots. Sometimes you got to remind white folks, humble yourself. It was a time. The difference is we go to oodles and noodles. All right, go in the backyard, pick pecans, eat those things. Right. Things in that kind of thing.
But you was
boiling boots.
I can't.
Yo, for salt.
We're not making fun of that era because I'm sure it was tough. But now we can laugh about it.
Yeah, I mean, we had to see. We got, definitely not making fun. But when you really look at, they say, history is 2020. Vision, right? Mm-hmm. I.e., we live in 2020. But so the vision is clear. Sometimes people need to be humble and they forget about a lot of different things that actually what happened. They don't know what happened at that time is serious. So we might be talking in a joking manner to get inspiration, but we also at the same time being true with the information. Right. So we always got to keep it 2 more than 98. So man, that coronavirus got everybody scared and put some pressure on our Asian brothers and sisters, and they being reminded that they niggas. Right. All right. So you walking through the airport.
In some sense.
So you walking through the airport, they looking at you. All right. They looking at you. Bro, listen. Like when we walk into a store, the Gucci store, the Louis store, what they doing? They looking at us.
They looking at us.
They making sure they
don't know if we could buy it or not. They just
thinking that we gonna steal. Right. Now we looking at you, making sure you ain't about to kill anybody with that coronavirus. Right. You know what I mean? So
it's a fucked up position to be in, and it's funny how this country makes you shift on different cultures to make a new enemy, for the time being.
And listen, we want all the rest of our brothers and sisters of the original nation pay attention because white folks getting around to y'all too.
Now, speaking of niggas, I'm not referring to us as niggas. What I'm saying is, there was a black dude, and I think he was from Cameroon or something like that. That was in China. Mm-hmm. He got sick with the coronavirus, but that too shall pass. Like, he walked out of there after they quarantined him for like, I think it was like 17 days or something. He walked out of there and they were like, yo, according to what we studied and what we've seen, it seems like his black skin basically helped him survive the coronavirus. Which kind of makes praise due to Allah, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Right. So, so I'm gonna say this, but don't take it 100%. Meaning that we are strong, right? And we could resist a lot. We could survive a lot.
We've survived through everything so far.
So with that being said, although we're black, but if we're not healthy, we can't.
Good point. That's a good point.
We cannot survive things.
You got to take care of yourself.
We'll be just as sick as the next man.
That's right. I agree.
So we need to start looking at ourselves and what we're worth and the value, and start paying attention. Because listen, honestly, I believe that a lot of these things that they put out there is a form of population control. So only the weak will perish and the strong will survive. We will also perish if we're not taking care of ourselves. You can have this black skin talk about melatonin all the time and, or melanin, whatever you want to talk about, right? I'm not having the right word right now. But what I'm saying is that just because your skin is black doesn't mean that you're strong. With all these things that they're putting out there. So we need to make sure that we know what we're putting into our bodies to help our black skin be strong.
That's right. No, I definitely agree. Health is wealth. You definitely got to eat the proper foods to boost up your immune system. There's definitely different fruits out there that help boost up your immune system. And it's mental too. Mental is 85% again over everything, because if you thinking wrong, you're
acting wrong.
You acting wrong and you living wrong, and your immune system becomes weak. They say your immune system has a direct connection with the mental.
Right.
So you have to be mentally strong, and you can't worry. If you worry, you're being accessible to more diseases because your immune system is down. Always be in a happy state to build up that immune system, help fight off different diseases and viruses, because there's nothing. It's called an immune system. That means you can get immune to anything. Now, some of us in the beginning might die off.
Yeah.
But you start seeing you can't destroy us. We get immune to everything. Yeah. So
like for instance, listen, our taste buds are crazy. Black people, we love something that just makes you say, this right here. But that ain't always good.
Nope.
That is only really nothing more than salt.
No, 100%.
We love salt and we love sugar. And because that's how they sell it to us, and that's how we get used to things of being flavored. Meanwhile, we know how to flavor shit. We know how to... You know what I'm saying?
Big grandma definitely know what she doing in that kitchen.
What? But anyway, stay away from salt. Stay away from sugar. Because honestly,
sugar is the worst drug.
What they're not telling you is that sugar is the worst drug.
Sugar is the worst drug.
Sugar is more addictive than cocaine. They're not telling you that, but it's the truth.
That's a big fact.
So sugar is one of the main causes of cancer. And what you keep doing is you find out you got that sugar. You find out you got that cancer, whatever. What do you keep doing? You keep drinking more sugar because that's what you're used to. And all you're doing is just feeding that damn disease because that's what it needs.
That's, I agree. No, 100%.
So I'm not just talking about the coronavirus. I'm talking about anything that may come, anything that was in the past or whatever. We need to be healthier in order for us to survive these things. You could be black skin all you want, but if you ain't healthy on the inside, you're definitely not going to be healthy on the outside.
Well, that's a 100% fact. You definitely 100%. What you can see it. You can look at people's face, eyes, their hair, everything. You can see that the light shining from their face. Like, damn, you got mad lotion on. You're like, really? I ain't putting no lotion on. That's natural. That's just natural. So, it's a beautiful thing when your health is well. That's I'm
health is wealth.
Hashtag health is wealth.
Right.
2 more than 98. Hashtag health is wealth.
Mm-hmm. We're keeping it 2 more than 98. That's it.
That's it, man. No, 100%. Yeah, man. It's a
And just to be listen. Just to be clear, we're not segregating anybody from this talk or whatever.
Nope.
Health is wealth. Okay. Yes, some people are more prone to things than others, but we gotta keep it real. The more melanin you got, the better off you are.
I mean, scientists say that. That's
and then listen, don't be fooled. You know, you guys are like, you know, pressing your hairs and curling it. I mean, you know, permanent shit like that. Meanwhile, they're trying to look like you.
I'm about to say,
while you're trying to look like them. Come on, let's get the priority straight. Go ahead.
Let me ask you a question.
Shoot.
Do men really care about women with wearing eyelashes, makeup, and getting their bodies done? I want to ask you that.
You know what? I'm gonna say something, right? Let me take a swig. I'm gonna keep it as real as
he trying to, but he say he gonna keep it real as well, but he also trying to be right. He don't want y'all women to be jumping on him. But he don't want to get Me Too by the Me Too.
I don't give a fuck about the whole Me Too shit, my dude. Cause let me tell you something. Is that a guess?
That might be a guess.
No. But hold on. All right. So of course we had a bell, and that's our guest for today. So we have
for this next segment.
For this next segment, which I'm going to answer, by the way, but we have Marie, my beautiful wife.
Yeah, we gotta get that. Listen, this is a work in progress. We're gonna get a little button that everybody they be like, yay! You know, that automatic, that little pre-recorded, yay!
But okay, so to answer your question,
we didn't even say how you doing.
I'm just eager to answer the question. I'm sorry, baby. Most definitely. So the question is, do niggas really care about women with their eyelashes and the weaves and the makeups and getting their body done, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Because you want to go first, or you go?
Because with just to add, and the reason why we ask this question because we hear women always say, "Well, y'all liking the girls on Instagram pictures and things in that criteria. Y'all must care and the whole 9 yards." So we always hear women advocate what they think that we like.
Right.
So we want to hear both. Well, I asked Gene the question.
He asked me.
And we also want to hear a woman's perspective.
Okay. Well, I mean, go ahead. You were about to say.
Okay. So I'm going to say this, right? Technically, what's happening is that guys are being socialized with this whole thing of what a woman should look like, right? Kind of like the Barbie aspect. Mm-hmm. You got the big butt, you got the big, well, Barbie didn't have a big butt, but the big breasts, the curves, the nice nose and the lips and things like that. But what's happening is that at the end of the day, real niggas don't care for that shit, right? Mm-hmm. They might like the idea, but when it comes down to it, all that shit is fucking fake, right? If I put my head on, I'm supposed to feel your heartbeat, but I can't feel your heartbeat through the fucking implants because it's not natural. I'm trying to slap your ass. Come on. Listen, we you know, we're doing the do, and I'm trying to slap your ass, and it's kind of like I hurt my hand on your ass because it's not real. So at some point, it might look good from afar, but honestly, it's not good up close.
So you're not trying to wife it. It's just
something you just want to
mark, and then keep it moving.
Okay. Of course, some people will wife that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But after a while, once the parts start becoming heavy for the skin, it's kind of like, yo, You gonna do something about that?
I need to get this thing fixed again. My tire is flat. We need to either plug in or a whole new goddamn tire.
But then women go back to being in a natural state. Now you look deformed or whatever. Or you turn to a complete Catwoman because you done had your lips injected too many times and your face is all stretched out and your cheeks are too much. Listen, like I said before, our women are doing things to look like them while they're doing things to look like our women.
Mm-hmm. That's a fact.
Right?
That's right.
So, in my opinion, it looks good from afar, but I don't care about that. I don't want that.
So, no. Niggas don't care about that.
I'm not going to say niggas, because we still have people that are stuck in the superficial.
Yeah.
Right? While you still have people that respect the natural.
I love natural.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, brother.
Listen.
But we do have a woman on the panel.
So I want to hear her. We want to hear the pressures, the whole 9 yards of all of this, and what y'all think.
Well, okay. One, I think here's the thing: everybody's visual, but I think men in particular are very visual creatures. Mm-hmm. And I think that it would be nice to say that men fall in love with women's personalities and vice versa, but that's not the case. You have your preferences, right? You might say, I don't want her to have a fake butt. I don't want her to have like fake implant, but you still have your preferences. You still might want a narrow waist. You might want her to have hips. You might want her to have breasts. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you don't care. Mm-hmm. You do care, right? There's a reason why women are going out there
to improve themselves,
getting themselves like tighter waist, hips. I mean, I'll speak about women of color in particular, because that's something that black men want. Like, all you have to do is see, a dude watch a girl, and let's say she's wearing a sundress, or and her ass is going boom, 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 and you're like, damn.
But sometimes the boom boom is too much, though.
Not the crazy bit, but like, within reason, right? So like, we are like creatures that respond to like reinforcement. So if I see that, right, okay, that's the type of, that's what appeals to him. He likes that, right? There's a response. So then I'm like, okay, like, how's my ass? How's my waist? Like, what do I need to do? Because I want to look attractive for my man. So then I'm going to go out, right? If I don't have that, it's two ways, right? It's a complex thing. Like, you got to do self-reflecting, the type of woman. Like, if she's like, you know what? Okay, I may not have a gargantuan ass, but I do have ass. I'll work out. I'll do this. I'll take care of myself, right? Depending on your self-confidence and how you feel about yourself, right? Like, I'm going to be me. And then there's women who are like really low on that. Not all, because if that's what makes you happy, go get your ass done.
Of course.
Right, but there are women who are like, oh my God, like, I want to please him so much, or I need that validation from a man so much that I'm going to go out and do all of this to my body because I get a response when I walk down the street. And that gives me a form of validation.
Okay, so do you think, did it start? Do you think that like the music videos was like the start of the competing? Because in reality, like me being in the barbershop and just as a man in general, men see women every day, the regular, before it got epic. Men always love natural girls. Always love. I think women confuse what we like on TV from misconstrue it to what we do in real life. Because what you like.
But here's the thing, though, real quick. I don't mean to interrupt
you. Good. I'm listening.
But here's the thing. Yes, I get it. Like, men have a woman that they will be like, that is what I will wife. And then they have a woman who's like, that is who I will fuck.
It's
and
difference.
I get that. But women, your wife wants to be your wife and the woman you fuck. Like, they want to be.
But you are though, because he would never wipe you. The
thing is, right?
But they're talking. But
I got you.
That excitement.
I got you.
You see what I'm saying? Like that excitement that you see in his eyes.
I got you.
Or like women are very observant. They're watching even when you don't know they're watching. Mm-hmm. That's the thing that men don't realize. Like they are very observant. Like when they don't know, maybe you at a party or something, and then she's watching you and she sees how you interact or view other people, or some girl pass by and you look at your boy like, and you like women see that, and so
what do we do?
Women want that too, but like you're gonna end up wanting that reaction. Isn't that it? That's it, right?
Yo.
You can't do the most if you're at a party and your wife is there, but you still gotta let each other know I saw that.
And if you ain't see it, where is that?
So I'm not.
Oh, you ain't seen it? What are you talking about? Listen, don't look, because your wife is looking directly at you. Give it 2 minutes. She on the right side of your shoulder, but look back in 2 minutes.
Women see all that. That's the thing. Women see all of that. And so they're like, they want that type of reaction. Mm-hmm. Like, a lot of women, yes, they want the respect and the wife and stuff like that. But at the same time,
do you think that women, now here's just a different question. Mm-hmm. Women who go all out, get their bodies done, get all of that stuff done, right? Mm-hmm. Do you think they get the same respect as a woman who shows self? And I don't want to say that they're not confident, but to us, how it translates to us is a woman who's natural, who's take her. Which one do you think is the most
here's the thing. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, not every woman is born with a great shape. That's like the truth. Like,
that's right.
Some women who go get the surgery or get whatever, it's like, cool, I get it. Like, because most women want a narrow waist, hips, like they want that.
They want
but
they're
one apple shaped, then
they might, or whatever, or they might.
I mean, I'm. This is why now here goes self confidence. It's some women who be from here who just got the pretty face, body ain't right, but the pretty face, and then they show so much confidence like they said, listen, I don't have this, but I got this.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then you got some who might be top heavy, and they be like, I don't got the bottom, but I got the top,
and that's cool.
And then you got some be like, I don't got this, but I got the bottom. So
that's all cool.
I think
I can't knock. That's okay. Here, I'm not gonna ever knock a woman who goes and does something to improve herself because it's gonna make her happier.
But now I got you. So that's the reason why I say I'm not saying that she's not confident, but how it translate. Mm-hmm. We talking about how it translate to men. A woman who accepts her flaw. I don't even want to call it a flaw because everybody. I won't even call it a flaw. It would be a
flaw in man's eyes, but like
because some men really. But you gotta think about it. Some men don't just not like how some dudes is just like butts and they don't care about titties. Right. But some dudes care about titties, don't care about like it's right. We all like different types of things. So it'd be from here like that ain't a flaw to me. I don't even care about that. Right. So what might be a flaw to one man in eyes might not be what they say one man's trash is another man's treasure.
Hold on, can you guys press pause? I have to check that then.
Women do these. Women do this.
So who do you think get more respect? A woman that get their body done and wear all this, makeup and all of that all the time, or the wifey, the natural woman?
Are we talking about respect or are we talking about likes? And then
I said respect. It's a difference between likes and respect.
I don't think respect is earned through anything of a woman wearing, what she does to her body. I think it's more in how a person carries themselves, their character. Because you can have a shitty person who's natural, and you can have the person with the most values and morals and character, and every part of her body's plastic.
That's true.
That has nothing to do with respect.
Okay. I'm just asking a question.
You know what I mean? Like
I felt though she was scolding me a little bit. I just
a little bit. You didn't notice it, but she did it.
You know, I don't think it's right to measure a woman's respect based on those things.
I definitely agree to an extent. I'm not asking if it's right or wrong. Mm-hmm. I'm just now. Let me ask you a question. Who do you think
gets more respect?
As in, from a man's point of view.
See, the thing is, because men are fickle. We give a little bit of respect to a woman that's walking by and her body's like
off the top. So she gets the initial respect.
She gets an immediate respect. Until we find out that that might be all right, but
you not or I think it's always once that urge go away, if you accomplish what you need to accomplish with her, now you thinking, do I wouldn't wipe this.
But that's any woman. Like
this is.
But let me explain something to you. I don't want to cut you off, but look, listen. I was in a service, right? And they tell you try to avoid sexual harassment by if you see something, a woman, right, in uniform, and you know, what I mean, she looks good up front, and you trying to see what the rest looks like. So what you do is you're not gonna stare too hard. You're looking at her from the time she's walking up to you, and when she passes you, you just do something like this real quick. Right? Just to scope the back.
That's what they're teaching in the military?
No, I'm just saying because dudes was getting sexual harassment.
Fraternization is real inside the military.
Okay, but you also have sexual harassment.
Yeah.
So they tell you if you're looking more than like 2 to 3 seconds, you might be up for sexual harassment if she feels a certain type of way. So with that being said, a woman's walking up to you, depending on the body shape that you like or that Barbie figure or whatever.
The hips might be telling you something like, pay attention.
Right. So now she gets that initial respect. That's for like, God damn. And then she walks by, you do that quick glance, like, oh shit, it's front and back. But at the same time, it's kind of like you already know. In most cases, that's not 100% her. So,
but that that's why I don't like this era, because back then, the woman, they all had it. Mm-hmm. They really all had it. Yeah. And when somebody had it, you didn't think that it was fake. You didn't, because the black woman naturally, she really has it.
Not all of them. No.
You're right. I shouldn't use the term all. But what I'm saying, for the most part, if you see a black woman body crazy, you didn't think it was fake.
No, because it was 100%. It was 100%.
No, not
no. But now,
we have more conversations of, you think it's real? Yo, it's crazy.
That's true.
It's really like, I'm in the barbershop. Mm-hmm. A sister walked past. And jokers be going all crazy, and I feel like I have gotten to a point myself, and this is sad. I'm even saying this by myself, that I'm saying that everything that walked past with a body
might be fake.
If depending on her age, if she look older and her body crazy, I'll be like, man, that thing ain't real. And it's crazy when I know better, because it's just that we live in an era of social media. Everybody going to Dominican Republic go get that thing done.
Get everything done.
And it's like, and it's nothing for them to get it done. Like, they can get.
Well, what's the big deal?
What's the big deal about what?
I can't. Hold on.
I wanted to be specific about the
natural.
Why?
It feels different.
Does it though?
I know the difference.
Like,
it feels different when it's raw.
Especially, you don't want your pelvis to be hurting. Man, it's too much.
I mean, what if it's like done, I
heard all of that before.
Naturally, it's nothing exagerated.
But
here's the thing. Okay, look.
Hard, like it's not the same. Like,
isn't
it fat?
No, a lot of them is fat, and a lot of them are implants.
I'm about to say, it's feel like you holding on something.
There's a watermelon in there or something.
A cement. Like, if it's not.
A what? Cement?
Yes. Yo, listen, I'm telling you. It's not any but it looks good.
Right. On the surface.
But when you actually it doesn't. No, but it doesn't.
We gotta be a little bit correct.
Maybe it's just a bad surgeon.
No, there's that. There's that, and there's the exaggeration. Right. When people do something that's a little subtle, it still falls in the natural aspect, and you have no idea.
Like Summer Walker.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know who that is.
You don't know who Summer Walker is.
Okay, let's move on. So,
sorry.
So listen,
the thighs gotta match. All right.
I agree with you.
Okay, that's another thing.
So that's how you know it look. That's how you know.
That's too much. Like if your thighs are like this big and your butt's like this big, right? It's too much.
So that's what we mean about making it look natural.
Yeah,
it has to be proportionate. It has to be. Until if it goes out of proportion, that's when you realize, like, oh, this is really fake.
Before, I'm divorced now, but before the marriage, I haven't met a female. Rather, and some I was tricked. Like I'm like, oh, she look right. Like you thinking it's natural.
Were you tricked?
It was no trick as in when I'm saying tricked as in it looked like she was natural because it was done quote unquote correctly. The feeling is still it's still not right.
Is it because you know?
No, I didn't know until I felt it. Once I felt it, like, oh, this ain't even.
Maybe it wasn't done properly.
Listen,
there's always that.
I have not. I'm telling you, I have not met a female who got it done. That if you feel it, you don't know it's done. I need that. You know, maybe I don't know. I grew up on Erykah Badu, so I like the natural things, and that could also be with your natural, you know, your preference and what you grew up on, what's your influence. Right. So I looked
or your self-confidence.
Yeah, and that's another thing. I like when you see the confidence spilling out of a woman. You know, she can have what you might think is a flaw, but she wear it so well. It's like it's actually she probably won't even look beauty. She will probably won't even look beautiful without, you know, the freckles or that flaw. You know what I'm saying? Or and she probably won't even look. She be like, you only reason why you look this good is because you got that.
Always gotta take it to the straight.
No, I'm just saying it's like that confidence. You can't. That type of woman is unmatched.
Right? No one is gonna ever argue about self-confidence. You could do anything to yourself. You could be quote unquote one of the most beautiful women in the world, but if you don't have any confidence it's gonna show because you're gonna exude it. So I don't think it's a matter of her body's done, her body's not done, blah 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 blah. I think it's a matter of the person themselves, because if they walk with confidence.
Because it's some women that, you know, they got confidence. Yeah, I got my body done, so what? This is the whole 9 yards.
Because they did it for them.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, but did they really do it for them? Did they do it for like the extra likes?
No. See, no, we're not gonna let you slide that in there. Because you just said you started off by saying women because of men and what they like in the whole 9 yards.
No, but if you recall, I said no. There's exceptions. I said there are women though who do it for men to seek the validation, but there are women and there are people who do a whole bunch of shit to get validation from men. Okay. You know, whether it's like they get their body done or they do some other extreme behavior or they're like, you know, like act crazy to get the man's attention or they do this. So it's like people will do anything to get like the validation, what they want from the person. So yes, there are people who want the man, they see the man gets this like excited about a woman's body and then they go out. If you watch plastic surgery shows, which I do because I think they're interesting, there's always the one where My ex-husband or my ex-boyfriend said my breasts weren't big enough, my waist. Right. So then I went and I did it, and then he still wasn't satisfied. And next thing you know, I'm like triple J breasts, and my back is hurting. And
then you gotta be mindful of those dudes. Because
and there are dudes who like plastic looking women.
About it 100%. And just be mindful, sometimes they just made an excuse. They got caught cheating. Yeah, because you just ain't right here. Just at a third. So you gotta, it's many, first of all,
there's many variations too.
If you wasn't right, he would never marry you in the first place.
That's true.
Could be, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Men don't, you just don't, it's too, either you very wealthy, and if you ain't very wealthy, you're fine. All right, he ain't marry you just because somebody pushed him to marry you.
Right.
All right, let's just be clear here.
Right.
You know, especially black men, which they be scared of getting married. They'd be your boyfriend for 30 years. you before you get married, you be hanging on the grave.
Next segment would be how long is too long in dating?
You be picking out your coffin. Yeah, I think I'm before you married you. So if he marry you,
oh my God,
you're fine, right? Now you got to stay fine, as in continue on.
Stay the way you are. Well.
When I say that, as in take care of yourself,
right?
You know what I'm saying? So jokers, a lot of times they be lying. They know where you insecure at,
it's an escape.
and they prey on that. I'm just going. We keep it 2 more than 8.
2 more than 98. Yeah.
2 more than 98 is the name of the podcast. 2 more than 98. They use that as an excuse to either for them to validate why they going out, or if they got caught cheating, or whatever the case may be, the situation, and they just preying on your insecurities.
Right.
So, and the next thing you know, you getting all this stuff done, looking
like, damn, girl, you can't be skinny looking all sad. You look like skinny jeans
falling apart like Humpty Dumpty. You know what I mean? No, it's the truth. Like,
oh my God,
yo, for real. So, and that's why I was about to say something about Lori Harvey, but I'm not even gonna say nothing.
Dog, this is 2 more than 98. So if you're gonna say it, you're gonna say it. If not, I'm forever hold your peace.
Listen, that's somebody else's woman. All right, we're not even going. I'm not even going there.
Until. But anyway,
I'm not messing with you.
So, do you feel like you fully expressed what you wanted to say on this opinion, on this topic?
Yeah. Yes, I did.
Okay.
Well. It's always good to have a woman's opinion based on these things and on their point of view and observation.
That's right.
So, with that being said, I think we had a good talk.
We definitely had a good talk. Listen, let's give our guests a round of applause. Yay! I'd say once again that automatic hand clapping crowd, yay, in the back, that's coming soon.
Is it? But
maybe 4, 5, 6, 10 more episodes, but it's coming soon, alright?
So with that being said, again, thank you for being a guest.
And thank y'all for listening.
Thank you for listening and watching to 2 more than 98.
2 more than 98.
Alright. And stay tuned.
Deuces.